Hi, Rahshal with Lady Fermenter. Today we're going to brew a Kolsch, and then we're going to do a yeast parallel using Omega's Lunar Crush versus Omega's Kolsch 2. Okay, so for this Kolsch, our malt bill is 95% pale malt, 2% Vienna, and 2% Cara Vienna, because I just wanted a little something. 60-minute mash, 60-minute boil, and then our 60-minute hop addition was 7 grams of German Magnum, and our 15-minute hop addition was 28 grams of German Hallertau Blanc. Fun to see how many thiols are produced by Lunar Crush. Okay, so now we're ready to pitch the yeast into the wort. Now you can see I have them covered with sanitized foil. You can't see it's sanitized, but I'm telling you it's sanitized, so it's sanitized foil, and that's to keep any sneaky little microbes out. Now, read your package of yeast. This one needed to sit out for 3 hours prior to pitching. And make sure you sanitize. This is a bucket of Star San. Whoops. Oh, thank God it floated. So make sure you sanitize your packet of yeast after you have it mixed up really well, and your scissors. All right. So this one's going in. Okay, I'll make sure I got everybody. Got all the girls out of the packet. We're going to sanitize our lid for this fermenter. And airlock, 3-piece airlock, Star San. Whoops. Thank you. And bung in there, and voila. Okay, now next, Lunar Crush sanitized packet, sanitized scissors. I know I just did, but it doesn't hurt. We're on the cold side, so we want to make sure everything's sanitized. Lunar Crush going into the fermenter, and I'm going to make sure every last girl is out. Right, sanitize our lid. 3-piece sanitized and airlock, and bung, and voila, we are ready to go. Okay, so the beers are done. They both fermented at 65F or 18C, hung out next to each other. And we did a diacetyl test, always a great idea for a lager, but it doesn't hurt to run your ales through a diacetyl test as well, just my opinion. We'll link a video down below on how to complete one of those. It's worth the 10-15 minutes to do the test because there's great security in knowing that your yeast is done fermenting. Okay, we did fast carb these in PET bottles with carbonation caps. The reason for that is these beers are going to be hanging out in the Keezer until the end of June, and I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. Okay, I want to try the Kolsch fermented with Kolsch 2. It's not as clear as it should be right now because I just shook it up. And I'm okay with that. It'll be fine at the end of June. Now the BJCP guide says it should be a delicate balance of malt, hops, and fruit. And getting some sweet malt. Hop. Yeah, nice soft hop that matches, and just the slightest bit of pear. What are you getting?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Anything else? Anything in addition? Okay, now the other part of the batch of beer. This one was the Lunar Crush. And this packet of yeast was supplied by the Beer Barons of Milwaukee, one of the homebrew clubs that we belong to. All right. Now, as you remember, I did not throw a lot of hops at this beer because there are so many thiols wrapped up in barley. Oh, wow. I get right away pineapple, grapefruit.
Yep, all of that.
And a little bit of like grapefruit pithiness, which is really interesting. I love these thiol producing yeasts because they're just fun how they pull all these extra aromas and flavors out of the barley and the hops as well. Fun. Okay, so if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you're wondering about what's happening at the end of June, if you are in Wisconsin, which is part of the United States, near the Milwaukee metro area, the last Wednesday of June, the Beer Barons of Milwaukee will be holding a club meeting, and our VP has lined up this for the event, or for that evening. We will be, you'll be able to taste these beers, plus there will be 3 other home brewers who will be brewing the same type of situation, probably not Kolsch, but different beers, because each of the other 3 will take one of the other omega thiol producing yeasts and do a yeast comparison. So you'll be able to taste these beers plus 6 others. Plus, we're going to have a guest from Omega Yeast talk about these thiol producing yeasts. So if you want to geek out about yeast or learn about the thiol producing yeast that Omega is producing, well worth your time to come to the meeting if you can. I'll put a link down below so that you can get more information. And thanks a pint for watching.